Hello everyone, this is Strawberry Shorty back with the Curse of Death's Kiss, and we just saw our mother, but has she seen us? She looks angry, so yeah. Seriously though, why is she dressed like this? She seems like she should be dressed all fancy. I don't like this music though. My mother is walking towards us, accompanied by her lady's maid. Mother! I shout excitedly. Why are you excited? She is not happy to see you. I missed you. I haven't seen you in forever. Without even smiling, my mother stares at me coldly. This would be a moment where she slaps us. If she slaps us, she'd die. I'm gonna be so stunned if she's not the villain. Shorty, I thought I told you to stay in the house. You did, but the most amazing thing happened. You disobeyed me. When I tell you to do something, I expect you to do it. Yes, but Mother, I met these men and they're going to help me. I mean, to be fair, that does sound really bad. Like, these strange men came to the house. Someone was trying to rob from us, and... yeah. Elizabeth scoffs. Help you? What could a gang of criminals give you? Andrew, I'm disappointed in you. That's what this is. Letting my daughter run around with these hooligans. We'll discuss your further employment later. Don't you try to threaten Andrew. Andrew gulps nervously. You're really Shorty's mother? Shorty, are you sure you weren't switched at birth? What does that even mean? She's just like this sometimes. You're completely different. My mother wheels around, staring daggers at them. What do you two fools know about being a parent? Raising a child under regular circumstances is hard enough, but this curse has been such a burden on me. I've heard this speech before, but the guys look surprised. Because of a witch's jealousy, I've been burdened in ways you will never understand. I assumed I was going to have a healthy, beautiful baby. And for the first 5 years, I did. But then she changed. She wipes a tear from her eye. She's talking about me like I'm not even here. Now I'll have to take care of her for the rest of my life. Shorty can never marry or have children. She can't fulfill her role in society. She has no future. She's nothing more than a blight on the family tree. I mean, like, I feel some pity for this woman, because, I mean, having a kid who suddenly can't touch anyone without dying would suck. But, you know, maybe more sympathy for my character here. As my mother ends her little tirade, something inside me snaps. I was always alone when she told me these things before, but now I have my friends to back me up. How dare you say that about me? How dare I? Who do you think you are? Your daughter! The person you're supposed to love unconditionally. I mean, I don't know that that's 100% true. Like, I think there's some things your kids could do that maybe you shouldn't love. It's clear that I don't matter to you. The risks I've taken to rid myself of this curse don't matter. My brain and my heart don't matter, only my hand and my womb, is that right? You're misinterpreting what I said. You're just trying to make me the bad guy. The crowd is starting to gather around us. That's not good. I can't push through them. You know, I used to think the way you treated me was normal. And then I met this gang of criminals. Despite my condition, they accept me for who I am. Please, men only want one thing. She gestures at James. Do you think you seriously have a chance with someone like him? Why not? He's a good man, or no, but that's why I want to lift the curse. I don't really think he's that good a man, but I'll say why not? He's a good man. James made some mistakes, but he's a good man. I deserve nothing less than someone who cares about me. That's right. You tell her, Shorty. My mother glares at James. Aren't you the exiled prince? Why are you wasting time with a woman who won't bear you an heir? James trips over his words. Well, I mean, we haven't even... It's not like that yet, and... I thought so. She'll never be a part of your family. He's not even a part of his family. They're more of my family than you are. I do have a future mother. And as of today, you don't get to be part of it anymore. Unless the mother's just going to be a one-off character and we never see her again. I storm out of the town square, shaking with fury. Look at these giant sunflowers! I end up back near the inn, outside the flower shop. I look at the flowers in the window in an attempt to calm myself down, but all I can think about is my mother. So is the mother not going to be the villain? Guess we'll see. She really thinks of me as a burden. I begin to cry. Sobbing openly on the street feels embarrassing, but I don't care anymore. Hey. I'm sorry I followed you. I just wanted to see if you were okay. I'm not. I understand. I wouldn't be okay after hearing something like that. She said similar things to me before, but never in public. I mean, we were never in public. I'm so sorry, Shorty. No one deserves to be treated that way. I begin to cry harder at his kind words. Hey, it's okay. You know what I think would cheer you up? Ice cream. Come with me. I'll take you to the most beautiful place in the whole city. Should I go with him? Go on a rooftop date with Jack or turn him down? Why does it always have to be a date? We'll go with him. But I still love Andrew the most. I wipe the tears from my eyes, smiling up at him. That sounds great, Jack. Anywhere you want to take me to distract me is fine. It's nothing fancy, but I promise you'll love it. This way. Jack leads me through the city streets down dark, narrow passageways. We should avoid narrow places. Eventually, we stop at a ladder. We're going to have to climb, is that okay? I don't know if you're good with heights. I think I can handle it, I just won't look down. That wouldn't work for me. I climb up the ladder and arrive at a rooftop. I stare out at the view in awe. Wow, you can see the whole city. It looks really blurry. The way the sun shines on the buildings is beautiful, isn't it? It looks like heaven from here. How did you find this place? Jack takes a seat on an old crate. I hid here in a moment of desperation while running from some guards once. Since then, it's been my hiding spot whenever I want to be alone. And you're free to use it for that purpose as well. Thank you, Jack. You're too kind to me. I'm no such thing. I'm only giving you the level of kindness you deserve. It's not familiar to me, as you saw today. I know, and I'm sorry. No matter what she tells you, you're not a burden. There are people in this world who care about you. I sigh. I know, but it's hard not to think that what she said is true. I will always need someone to take care of me. I'll never be able to stand on my own 2 feet. I constantly forget if she can operate with gloves and clothes on. Like, if that were the case, then she could still stand on her own 2 feet. I don't think that's true at all. Even if the curse is never undone, I've seen how strong and capable you are. You think I'm strong? I know you are. The kind of fire I saw in you today, I like that in a woman. He smiles at me and it feels like all the blood in my body rushes to my head. You like that? Of course. Anyone who can stand up to injustice has my heart. And you did that brilliantly today. I did it brilliantly the first time we met when you were trying to rob me. You know, for a thief, you're turning out to be quite the gentleman. Who said I can't be both? He winks at me. My chest flutters and my knees feel weak. A gentleman thief. They should put that on your wanted posters. They should put fiery temptress on yours. My blush turns scarlet. Look over there, a flock of birds. Is that Brian Pigeon? He obligingly looks away. I can see you smiling, you know. Don't look so proud of yourself. The things Jack says to me, the way he acts. Jack and I arrive back at the inn. James and Andrew are waiting there. As soon as we walk in, they both jump up from their seats. Oh, thank goodness you're back. Shorty, are you all right? I'm fine. I'm so sorry about your mother. If I may say so, she's just as nasty a piece of work as Lord Beaufort himself. You may say so, it's true. I don't know if that's entirely accurate. This Beaufort guy sounds way worse. I think if Beaufort was our parent, he'd probably have killed us or sold us or something. In all my life, I've never had to speak like that to you like that. I'm so sorry, Shorty. Thank you. I'd rather focus on our mission right now and not waste any more time on her. Sounds like a plan. I take a seat at the table along with the rest of the group. Your mother said you were cursed by a witch. It seemed as if they were on familiar terms. Maybe we should have gotten more information out of her instead of fighting. Do you know where your parents were living then? Right here in the capital. They took over the ancestral home after my grandparents passed. Who's your father? So the witch that cursed you could still be somewhere in this city. Maybe we could go and find her. But where would we even start? Let's focus on that later. For now, let's find the second ingredient in the potion. Andrew nods. Jack, do you have the list? Jack pulls it out. We should have made a copy. It says here we need to find something called Death's Tongue. Well, that sounds pleasant. James grimaces. Couldn't they have picked a more cheerful name? I know that plant. We call it lias tongue back in my village. It's almost pure black. I think that grows around the edges of the city. Shame, I thought we were going to go see Andrew's family. Then let's go. We walked to the outskirts of the city near the inn. Far from the bright, sunny entrance, and the buildings are worn and crumbling, as you can see in this picture, where they are not worn and crumbling at all. This place is a mess. How are we supposed to find anything here? You'll know the plant when you see it. Start looking. The four of us poke around the area for a while. My lady, can I ask you something? I glance around. The others aren't listening. Yes, Andrew, what's on your mind? He looks troubled. Back there, when your mother was talking to you, did she treat you like that back home? She did. Could I have done anything to stop her acting that way? No, she would have fired you. She was good at hiding it, or I wish you had. I'm just going to say she was good at hiding it. I don't think so. She kept it all behind closed doors. I should have realized something wasn't right. That's not your burden to bear, Andrew. There's nothing you could have done. But it is my job to protect you. You did protect me, Andrew. And you continue to do so. You're a comfort to me in many ways. I am? Yes. Andrew smiles. A shout goes up from where Jack and James are standing. I found it. He brandishes a dark-leafed plant. It looks more dark green to me. I hope this one doesn't have ill effects, but I would not recommend eating this one. Me too. The fact that this plant grows in the gutter gives me little hope. Jack looks at the plant, holding it between thumb and forefinger. You make a good point. Does anyone have something I can put it in? Holding it makes me decidedly uneasy. These guys are just touching and eating strange plants. We return to the inn with our sprig of death's tongue. After enjoying a hearty stew for dinner, we start mixing the potion. Aren't we missing ingredients? James, it's your turn to help with the potion ingredients. But I've never made a potion before. Just crush the leaves together. You can figure that out, can't you? Of course I can. As soon as Jack leaves the room, James looks at me bashfully. Shorty, could you help me? I've never done this before, and... He mumbles. I don't want to ask the others for help. Although I would be grateful for your help. Help James make the potion or let him do it himself. We'll help him because we're nice. Of course I'll help you, James. Thank you so much. He follows me into the kitchen. Not that I would admit this in front of the others, but I was worried I was going to mess something up. As long as I'm working with you, though, I know it'll be fine. I smile at him as I start preparing the herbs. So, what should I do first? Take these 2 herbs and crush them finely. Just hover this over to you. I give him the leaves along with the mortar and pestle. After that, we can brew it into a tea and see the effects. I hope the results are better than last time. Me too. James begins crushing the herbs. You know, about what happened earlier. I really am sorry about your mother. I know you said you didn't want to talk about it, but I just wanted to say I know how it feels. I have some experience with being rejected by a parent. Right, your father kicked you out of the palace. In your case, that was on someone else's advice. I mean, he still listened. I think this might just be who my mother really is. I hope you know it's not your fault. I know that. But I still feel guilty. I still feel like a burden. James stops crushing the herbs. You're not. He crosses the room to stand in front of me. James' eyes are intense, burning with passion. But what if she's right? She's not. Listen, I had my doubts about you at first. And I know I wasn't being honest about my intentions. But seeing you stand up to your own mother like that proves that you're not and will never be a burden to anyone. I'm sure you thought I was a weakling when we first met. Not exactly, but I did think you were a typical sheltered noblewoman. You're anything but. I expected you to shrink in the face of danger, but you've risen to the occasion over and over. Who am I to turn down adventure when I wanted it so badly? Exactly. You say what you mean and you persevere. That's the kind of person I admire. The kind of woman I want as my bride. My heart starts beating faster. He's still interested, even after all that's happened? What happened? I mean, he betrayed us. Your bride? James doesn't answer, preferring to crush herbs instead. Finally, I hear his voice, quiet as a mouse. I wish I could hug you right now. I think that's what you need most. I wish we could too, but we can't. James looks up, wrapping his arms around himself. We can hug ourselves, though, and pretend we're hugging each other. Feeling decidedly foolish, I wrap my arms around myself as well. Someday we'll do this for real. Someday soon. Like my wedding day to Andrew, you can hug me. Half an hour later, we're all gathered around, looking at the cups of brewed potion. Why did we make more? I'm afraid to try it. Also, how do we test it? It's such a curious color. And it smells awful, too. I'm going to try it, so you will have to as well. I lift my cup. Bottoms up! The drink is as disgusting as it looks. It looks pretty normal. The four of us choke on the bitter taste. I know now why they call it Death's Tongue. This tastes vile. I hope it doesn't make me sick again. After waiting for 15 minutes, we determine that the potion has no immediate ill effects. Not dead yet. So we're making a potion with each of the ingredients? This seems really dumb. Also, if we thought it could be poison, why did we all try it? If we all end up down for the count, it's going to be bad. Only a few more ingredients to go until we figure out what this potion actually does. We're headed in the right direction. We'll find more answers soon. We have to. Maybe the cure is close at hand. Maybe soon my nightmare will finally be over. I think we've got a few more chapters to go, so probably not. No, we got James again. We need more character outfits. But I really do wonder if we'll see the mother again. They gave her a sprite. Or a portrait. So I feel like we have to. Tokyo Noir. It's a bright, beautiful morning and Jack and I are out on a walk. It's not a leisurely stroll, however. Our purpose is far more devious. Look, one of our wanted posters is over there. Will you tear it down or should I? It's your turn. I march up to the wall and grab the poster, relishing in the satisfying noises as it rips off the wall. That was a nice noise. One down, hundreds more to go. I see the next one over. His words die in his throat. Jack? What is it? I'm gonna guess this is Lord Beaufort or Count Dracula. Jack is staring at an elegantly dressed man walking towards a carriage. Although I admire that his default portrait actually is doing something with his hands. Lord Beaufort. I never thought I'd see him just walking around like this. Is that our father? Should I go after him? No, you'll get in more trouble. Tell Jack to stop. Cheer him on! I don't know which of these is the right option, but I'm gonna tell him to stop, because this can't end well. Okay, that was the good option. Jack, no. He's surrounded by guards. You could get hurt. I don't care. I have to do something. We're not supposed to be drawing attention to ourselves. Just go up and shake his hand. I can't let him get away. I mean, you can probably find where he lives. Revenge isn't the answer. It could be the answer. This isn't about me. This is about everyone he's hurt. I look to either side and see Beaufort's retinue of soldiers. Wait, no! Jack. Jack runs toward Lord Beaufort. Lord Beaufort! You'll pay for what you did. See, you gotta be more subtle, Jack. Jack winds up to punch Lord Beaufort. The armed guards close rank in front of him, stopping Jack in his tracks. It doesn't take long for him to be overpowered and pushed to his knees. This is why I told you not to do it! Oh, look. A miserable weasel with some sort of grudge. It's beyond a grudge. You've ruined lives. I have. I don't recall. Don't play dumb with me. You ran the orphanage into the ground and then closed it. I drove myself into debt trying to take care of those orphans. Oh, that unfortunate enterprise. It was just good business to close it. Leaving orphans out in the cold is good business. You don't have a soul. He lost it when he became a vampire. On the contrary. Well, you're clearly a raving lunatic. Lord Beaufort tosses Jack a few copper coins. I'll help you pay off your debts. Now get out of my sight. Jack scrambles to his feet, glaring at Lord Beaufort. Go to hell. Lord Beaufort laughs cruelly. Over the shadow carriage! As Beaufort enters the carriage, I see a shadowy figure sitting across from him. A woman. I wonder who that could be. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she's plot relevant. You can run away, but you won't be able to hide from what you've done. The carriage drives away, and mud from the wheels splatters onto Jack. This is probably the most realistic effect we've had in one of these games. It's actually believable. It's not just thrown on the screen at his torso level. He screams in fury. That's it. I'm going to finish Beaufort. His fists are clenched and he's shaking. Jack, stop. I know how hurt you must be, but this isn't right. He took everything from me and he's just walking around. How is that justice? You're not the arbiter of justice. You're only one man, and if you're thrown in jail, you won't be able to help anyone ever again. Jack sighs. I suppose you have a point. I understand the impulse, Jack, truly. He's a vile man. I just don't want to see you get hurt, that's all. Of course you don't. You're such a sweetheart. I try to be. Jack frowns. Shorty, am I a good person? Why does someone like you care about someone like me? Jeez. Tell Jack that I'm developing feelings for him, or tell Jack that I'm unsure about him. These are terrible options. It's extremes either way. I'm not unsure about him. I do think he's a good person, but I'm not developing feelings for him. I'll say the developing feelings thing and just try to make it mean kindness. Like, I think you're a good person. I'm developing friendship feelings to you, but the game won't let me say that. Jack, I believe that you're a good person. You've helped me out a lot lately, and you've been truly kind to me. I swallowed hard. I didn't expect to have this conversation today, but I want to put everything out there. This better not lock me into anything. I feel a lot of things about you, things I've never felt before. You do? He visibly perks up. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I barely even know what these feelings are. I'm still coming to grips with them, honestly. But I care about you a lot. You know, I care about you too, Shorty. I need to take my time, though. I want to build more trust between us. I understand. If I was you, I wouldn't trust me either. What does that mean? This isn't about you. I'd be like this with anyone. Jack smiles ruefully. Come on, Shorty. I just tried to beat up a lord. I'm wanted for being a debtor and a thief, and there's still so much in my past. Being a debtor doesn't really mean much, and the lord was a bad person. The thief thing is not necessarily okay, though. You've done all those things for good reasons, though, so it doesn't make it okay to rob people. What does it matter? Bad deeds in pursuit of noble goals are still bad deeds. At least he's aware of it. You took the only option you could think of at the time. That doesn't make you a bad person, Jack. Jack shakes his head. The more you come into your own and stand up for yourself, the more I adore you. Aren't I standing up for you? My heart flutters. He's dangerously close, but I can't find it in me to back away. I've grown so bold only because you encouraged me. It looks like you stole my heart instead of my fortune. Jack smiles down at me, but his eyes are sad. You're very special to me, Shorty, but we shouldn't be together. I feel like I've been hit in the chest with a brick. What? Why not? 'Cause he's a thief. Jack steps back. It's time for me to face facts. You're a noble woman and I'm a criminal. So what? I'm not great at being a noble woman, as you may have noticed. I could just run away with you. Regardless of the outcome, after our little adventure is over, you will become part of the aristocracy. I'm sure of it. Aristocracy. But I don't belong in your world, Shorty. This is who I am. I think his words over for a moment. So what you're saying is my condition doesn't factor into it at all? Of course not. Why would it? You want to be with me knowing you could never touch me? So shouldn't the same go for you? Can't I be with you knowing you're a thief? It doesn't matter to me. If things were different, if we were equals. I've said too much. No, I want to know. Jack turns away, pressing his lips together tightly. Maybe another time. Let's get back to the inn. I need to clean this mud off me. Take the money. I nod calmly, but my brain is in overdrive. Jack has feelings for me, and it seems like they're real. Jack and I walk back to the inn in silence. Who is that woman with Lord Beaufort? There was something eerie about her. She's probably the witch. The rest of the group greets us from our usual table. Well, did you rip down all those unflattering posters? Unfortunately, no. We had an encounter with Lord Beaufort. What happened? He tossed a couple of coins at me and splashed mud all over me. That sounds like Beaufort, all right. There was a woman with him in his carriage. She gave me an odd feeling. That must be Tabitha, Lord Beaufort's advisor. Tabitha, standard witch name. Rumors have been swirling around her for years. She gave off a strange aura. Something is not right with her. If it is as you say, perhaps she is worth pursuing. At least they're picking up on it. One lead is better than zero. I could follow Lord Beaufort and Tabitha to get more information. Follow them? Are you crazy? After you just told me revenge wasn't the answer? I'm not fighting them. It'd be more like a stakeout. You can't go alone, Shorty. It's too dangerous. How else are we going to figure out who she really is? Yeah, why can't we just take one of these guys? Dangerous or not, I'm going. In that case, I suppose I'll be coming with you. Someone has to watch out for you after all. Then it's settled. You and I are going on another adventure, Andrew. Finally, time with Andrew. Before we turn in for the night, James approaches me outside my room. Shorty, can I talk to you about something? Of course, James. What's on your mind? I know Andrew is going on the stakeout with you, but I want to come too. You need better protection than he can offer. He's best protection. You can protect me from a distance, or I don't need protecting. I'm going to say you can protect me from a distance. I wish you could come too, but I'd rather you stay here for now. I don't like the idea of you going with just Andrew. I'm a better fighter. You don't know that. I know you are, and I appreciate that. But if all goes well, I won't need protection from anything. I mean, it's kind of the point as if it doesn't go well. And it won't. And if it doesn't, then you'll be free to break us out of the dungeons. Coming to your rescue. I like the sound of that. I retire to my room for a night of uneasy sleep. For some reason, I feel like Tabitha will have black hair, but I don't even know. We'll be lucky if she even has a portrait with how this game sometimes is. Well, not this specific game, but other games with these people. The next night, Andrew and I begin our stakeout. We managed to get surprisingly close to the mansion. So this is Lord Beaufort's house. He glances up at the imposing mansion. Paid for with all the money he stole from the people, no doubt. It's so fancy it makes my mother's mansion look like the Lonely Louse. Andrew stifles a laugh. Quite. The front door of the house opens. Oh no, we've been spotted! Someone's coming. Andrew and I are across the street, hidden by shadows. Oh. No. Well, she might have had black hair once, but she is such a stereotypical-looking witch lady. As we watch, the figure shuts the door and descends the stairs. From the woman's manner of dress, it can only be Tabitha. Manner of dress, she's just wearing black. Instead of making her way to a waiting carriage, however, she snaps her fingers. Tabitha disappears in a puff of black smoke. Why did you even leave the house? The sight of it sends a chill down my spine. Unless it's like a warp spell in Dragon Quest and you bump into the ceiling. Andrew and I stare at each other, eyes wide. She's a witch. She has to be the one we're looking for. Yeah, basing that on basically nothing. I mean, I have meta-knowledge. If she's powerful enough to vanish into thin air, she's powerful enough to curse someone. What business does a witch have with a lord? I mean, actually, that makes perfect sense. Nothing good, I'm sure. Something about her really scares me. Well, if she cursed you... My own powers are one thing, but we don't know what her abilities are. I agree. From now on, we'll have to proceed with extreme caution. Extreme caution, eh? Andrew and I turn around in surprise. Wow, we suck at this. What do you think you're doing, lurking around here at night? One of the guards peers closer at us. Hey, I know you. I've seen you two on the wanted posters. Run! Shorty, run! Oh no, you don't. I break into a sprint following Andrew as we bolt down the alleyway we came from. The guards shout after us, giving chase. Follow me, my lady. I know how we can lose them. All right. I'm struggling to breathe, or even keep up with them, but I keep running. Yeah, realistically, she should not be even remotely athletic. I might have said this before, but... Get back here. I've got a nice prison cell with your names on it. Andrew takes us down several more side streets until we reach a walkway by the river. Andrew, this is a dead end. Where are we supposed to go? Into the river, of course. Wait, can't you swim? I can, but I'd rather not. How did I learn how to swim? Can't we just hide behind those boxes or something? The guard's footsteps are getting closer. I know you're scared, but you can do this. Come on, Shorty, you can trust me. What should I do? Escape into the river with Andrew or hide behind the boxes until the guards leave? Realistically, I'd rather hide behind the boxes, but I think they'd find us. I want to go along with Andrew, but I better not have anything electronic on me. Alright, here goes. Use water. Without another word, Andrew and I jump into the river. The shock of the ice-cold water hits me like a slap to the face. We swim under a nearby bridge, careful to stay apart from each other. It's so cold. I know. Just stay calm, they'll be gone soon. They must have gone over the bridge. The guards clatter over the bridge. As they chatter and bicker, Andrew's eyes meet mine. He seems almost amazed that I took him up on his suggestion. All I can do is stare back at him, both of us shaking with fear and cold. His kind gaze offers me solace. We'll get through this. The guards will be gone soon and everything will be okay. It always is whenever Andrew's around. That's why we want to marry him. Warmth pulls in my chest despite the chill of the water. Come on! The guards stomp away. Phew, the coast is clear. Let's get out of this freezing river, shall we? We climb back onto land, both of us utterly drenched. I wish I had a coat or something to give you. I mean, you do. You're wearing it in this picture. I don't like the thought of you catching cold out here. It's alright. I can bear with it until we get back to the inn. You know, you're so brave, Mistress Shorty. Walking back home in soggy clothes doesn't strike me as brave. And you can drop the mistress. That's not what I'm talking about. You were afraid, but you jumped in the river anyway. He smiles at me. Pretty soon you won't need my help or guidance. Maybe I won't need it, but I'll always want your help, Andrew. You're very important to me. Even though I'm just the butler. Andrew, you stopped being just the butler a long time ago. We're friends now, remember? I know we are. We've been through a lot together, and I'm so grateful for your friendship. Then why are you acting so stiff? You can't help it. Andrew turns away, avoiding my eyes. Is he gonna give us the whole I'm of a different class? If you want to know the truth, I feel for you beyond what a butler should. Beyond what a friend should. What do you mean? Andrew, do you? Forgive me, my lady. He rubs the back of his neck, looking sheepish. We should really get you back to the inn before you catch a cold. Of course. I don't want you to get sick either. Then let's go, shall we? Is it just the adrenaline from being so close together in a dangerous situation? Or are his words genuine? Andrew and I walk back in silence, wary of any more guards lurking in the shadows. Oh, it looks like there's a fight! When we enter the inn, we're greeted by a shocking sight. A full-on bar brawl. What's going on? Where are Jack and James? My question doesn't take long to be answered. In the middle of the pandemonium, I see a familiar face. James is throwing punches left and right. James, what did you do? Are we not going to get the answer this time? Nope. Well, put in the comments why you think the bar brawl is starting. And is it James' fault? Because it's probably James' fault. Well, we got him on our screen now. Ugh. So, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments. And I'll catch you next time. Bye!